Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. This is your brother Abdul Muhammad, who will be taking for you mathematics of high school for information. Basically, we'll be discussing about mathematics of form 3, which is matrix. You know that this chapter is very examinable and to be carrying a question of 10 marks and a question of 3 or 4 marks, depending on the nature and the length of the question for information. Then this chapter is known to be very easy, but we have some characters who are in high school saying matrix is confusing when it comes to multiplication, when it comes to solving simultaneous equation in matrix form, when it comes to solving a question of 10 marks. But that's not the case, practically speaking. Matrix is very easy, just like probability and vector form 3. It is very easy, by the way. It is a very welcoming, hospitable. I don't know why people are making mathematics hard. But I'm sure 100% if you go with me as I cut out these live videos of mathematics, I'm sure you'll enjoy a lot, by the way. Then for your information, we will start with the multiplication of matrix so that you don't get confused at the end of this class. Sorry for the interruption. This is the KLB, mathematics KLB of form 3. We will use this one. At the same time, we'll also be using this mathematics called simulate. Questions of KCSE. Then we have also mathematics of my familiar, which will also be very handful trials, okay? It is here with me. I'll be also using that one for your information. But basically, we will start with the multiplication of matrix for your information. To start with, let's try the first example. This is our example 1 for your information. You are told work out the following. Work out the following. Work out the following. We have 1, 3, then we have 2, 4. We have another bracket 3, 1, then 0, 2. So when you look at this kind of question of matrix, these are the kind of questions that will carry 4 marks or 3 marks in normal exam. But it is very rare to see this kind of question in cases. However, they can also frame such kind of question in cases. So when it comes to multiplication of matrix, guys, it is very easy. You see now here we have a group, okay? Group. We call them group, or we call them what? We call them column in chemistry. We call these ones the vertical lines group or columns. Then the horizontal ones are called what? Rows or periods for information. Then when you want to carry out multiplication based on this fact of mathematics, you are going to say first row of the first bracket multiplied by first row of the first bracket multiplied by the first column of the second bracket. So we are multiplying row by column. Just understand that. I don't know why you are making things very, very hard. It's not hard by the way. It is row by column. Just understand. So what will I do? Okay. Coming to the solution, I will write what's given. We have 1, 3, 1, 3. Then we have 2, 4. Then we also have 3, 1. This is 3 for your information. Then we have 0, 2. Take your time. It is this row versus this column. Then space. Again, this row versus this column. So you're going to say 1 times 3. You're going to say 1 times 3. Just understand that. Plus 2 times 1. 2 times 1. Then you space yourself. Look at that. So we are saying row by column. Row by column. So we multiply like this. Just understand that. 1 times 3 plus 2 times 1. Then space. Then you're going to say 1 times 0, space, 1 times 0 plus 2 times 2. Take your time. 2 times 2. Then you are done with this row versus these 2 columns, okay? In the second bracket. Then you'll go to the down row. You have here another row which is 3, 4. Then you're going to say 3 times 3. Come here. 3 times 3. So this is 3, don't forget. 3 times 3 plus 4 times 1. 4 times 1. Then space. Again, you're going to say 3 times 0. 3 times 0 plus 4 times 2. I don't know what's hard here. It is row versus column. Row versus column. Row versus column, then space. Again, row versus column. You are done with that. Then come and use this row again. Row versus this column. Again, this row versus this column. Okay? So we are going to say, for information, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 2 is 2. So this will be 5. Here, it will be 1 times 0 is 0, 2 times 2 is 4. Then coming to this part, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 times 1 is 4. That's 13. Okay? 9 plus 4. Take your time, please. 3 times 0 is 0. Then 4 times 2 is what? 8. So you are done. You are done. This will be the final answer. So we are multiplying row by column. Just understand that. So what's the idea? There's nothing idea. Okay? If you know how to multiply matrix, I'm sure you can solve a question of 4 marks as well as that of 10 marks for your information, guys. Okay? And that's how you're gonna solve. Okay? That's how you're gonna solve. Okay? Let me add for you one more example for your information so you don't suffer. Okay? Let me add this one. We have, let's say this is our B, yeah? Just understand that. So our B will be having 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, negative 1. 2, negative 1. Then we have this one. 4, 5. So here, we are going to say 3 times 4. So coming to the solution, we write the equation. 3, 1, 2, negative 1, okay? In the bracket, then we have 4, 5. Take your time, please. There's nothing here. So it is 3 times 2, because we are going to multiply this row by this column. So we are going to say 3 times 4 plus 2 times 5. 2 times 5. Take your time. It is this row versus this column, or this group. Okay? So 3 times 4 plus 2 times 5. So you are done because you don't have another one. Then start this one. 1 times 4 plus negative 1 times 5. Close the bracket then. Then from there you're going to get this times this is 12 plus 10, 22. Okay? 22. It is this times this plus this times this. Don't forget that. So I'll be having this one. 1 times 4 is 4 plus negative 5 is negative 1. So this will be the final answer for your information. That's how you're going to solve this kind of questions in KCSE. Then we have another concept of mathematics which is very helpful. Okay? We'll be discussing about how to get det or determinant of a matrix. Okay? Determinant of a matrix is what we'll be discussing after this. Okay? Let's go and see that. Determinant of a matrix. Then we will also see inverse of a matrix. After that, then we will also see question of 4 marks and 10 marks for your information, guys. Okay? Determinant of a matrix. Determinant of a matrix. Okay? Okay? That we have the main diagonal in every matrix. Yeah? When a matrix takes this form, look at this one. If your matrix takes this form, A, B, C, D, this is the main diagonal, okay? For your information. So we are going to say this times this less this times this. That's how we are going to get that. So that in this situation, we are going to say that, which is the abbreviation of a determinant, is equal to A dot D, means L times D, minus, open the bracket, C dot D, dot B, okay? C dot B, where dot is multiplication in such situation. So we're going to say this times this less this times this. That's how we're going to get our det, okay? Then if you have 0 as the final answer, then such kind of matrix is what we normally call a singular matrix. We call it what? Singular matrix. Okay? We call it singular matrix. Why? Because the det results is giving us what? 0, and then such kind of matrix is what we normally call singular matrix for your information. Okay? Now, without wasting time, let's see these ones. Let's see examples of how to get the determinant of a certain matrix. Okay? Now, we are told Example 1. You are told state the determinant of each of the following matrix. State determinant of each of the following matrix. So we have this one. We have 2, 4, then 1, 5. Then if I want to get the depth of this matrix, determinant, so depth is equal to 2 times 5, or even you can say 5 times 2. Okay, start with that one, yeah? Okay, start with this one. 5 times 2 minus, open a bracket. Why are we opening a bracket? Because these two, one of them may have negative, or the two of them can have negative. So the bracket will help you. So you're going to say 4 times 1. In this situation, you're going to say that is equal to 5 times 2 is 10 minus 4 times 1, which is 4. So this will give us 6. So that's how we are going to get the determinant of a matrix for information, guys. Okay? You're going to say this times this less this times this. Remember, this is 2. This is 2 for your information. So for you to get the determinant for your information of such kind of matrix, then you're going to say 5 times 2, 10, less 4 times 1 for your information. Let me add for you one more example. Let me add for you this one. We have our B come to this point. We have B as 3, 2. We have 3, 2. Then we also have 6, 4. 6, 4. Then for you to get the depth or determinant here, depth is equal to 4 times 3. As we said, the main diagonal, the product of the main diagonal, which is 4 times 3 minus, open the bracket, 2 times 6. So we have 12 less 12, which will give us 0. So such kind of matrix where the result of the determinant is 0 is what we normally call a singular matrix. Okay, we call it singular matrix for your information. Don't forget that. Okay, that's how you're gonna get the determinant of a certain matrix or a given matrix for your information. Then we'll proceed ahead and see how we are going to get the inverse of a matrix. Okay, inverse of a matrix. Let's see that. Inverse of a matrix. Let's see this one. How are we going to get the inverse of a matrix? Assume this is your matrix A, B, C, D. If you want to get the inverse, let's say this is matrix A. This one, this is matrix A. So I wanted to get the inverse of this matrix. Then this is the procedure. What you're going to do is, for the main diagonal here, we are going to interchange the position for them. So we are going to say A inverse is written like this. Okay? A inverse, matrix A inverse is written like that. So we are going to say like this. We will interchange these two both for the position. This will be D, then A here. So these two will remain in their position, but we will change the sign for information. Yeah? Just understand that. The coordinates of the main diagonal of the matrix will interchange position, but we call the other diagonal, which is not the main one, they will remain in their position, the coordinates, but they will only change the sign for your information. Okay, get that point clear? These two will remain in their position, but they will only change the sign, and these two will interchange the position for you to get the inverse of that kind of matrix given for your information. I hope that's very easy. Very, very easy. I don't know if you want to say the matrix is hard. Okay? Let me give you examples. This is how you're going to do things. Capture this one. You say this one, these two will remain in their position, but they will only change the sign. Okay? If it's positive, it will change it to negative, and vice versa for your information. These two will interchange their position, but there's no change in sign. Just understand that. Okay? Now let's see a good example so you understand. Okay, let's see examples. Let us see this one. You are told find the inverse of each of the following matrix. Okay. Now we have this one. We have 2, 5, 1, 3. So when we come to the solution, what we're gonna do is we write what's given. That's the matrix A. Matrix A is equal to what? 2, 5, 1, 3. So for us to get A inverse will be, what are we going to do? We are going to say 3, -5, -1, then 2. What have I done? We are interchanging these two for the position, and these two will have a negative sign, but they will remain at their fixed position for information. So that's how you're going to do such kind of questions in KCSE. Getting inverse is very easy. Just follow the procedure. Okay? Just understand the procedure for your information, guys. Okay? That's how we're going to get the inverse of a given matrix for your information. Then after that, we are going to see questions of 4 marks that will come during KCSE for your information, guys. Let's proceed and see that. This time, we are going to see questions that will come in KCSE and that will carry 4 marks, okay? Before we proceed to questions that will carry 10 marks, let's first tackle these ones, okay? Let's first what? Let's tackle these ones, okay? We'll tackle these ones. Now let's see them. Let's see how they normally frame during national exam for information. You're told, find the inverse of the matrix. Find the inverse of the matrix which is 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, sorry, this is 2, 3, yeah, it's 5, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, then period here, you are told, hence or otherwise, solve the equations, okay? These are the equations. We have 2x plus 5y is equal to 9. Then we have 3x plus 4y is equal to 6. Guys, this will carry 4 marks in KCSE. And understanding the nature of the question is very, very important for your information. You are told find the inverse, okay? Find the inverse of the matrix which is 2, 3, okay? 2, 3, 5, 4. So these are the matrices, 2, 3, 5, 4. There's nothing else here. Just understand. So let me get the inverse of this one. Okay? Remember, these are 2 simultaneous equations here for your information. Also bear that one in mind. These are 2 simultaneous equations, of which we are going to solve them using matrix method when you understand the nature of the equation. So let me get the matrix. That's 2, 3, 5, 4. Let's say this is matrix A. Let's call it A. So for us to get A inverse will be, what are we going to do? We will interchange these two for the position here. 4, -3, -5, then 2. We have learned right now this. Don't forget. These two we will interchange the position for them. Then these two we will change for them the sign. Just understand. They will only change the sign. So if this is now A inverse, you are told this is the first requirement for your information. Maybe this one is carried out of the possible 4 marks. Maybe this is M1, Mark 1. Okay? Because this will be used for the solution of these 2 equations. So we are going to say we have these 2 equations. 2x plus 5y is equal to 9. This is equation 1, yeah? Just understand. Then we also have 3x plus 4y is equal to 6. Okay? That's good. So you're going to say this is equation 2. You are going to say writing the above simultaneous equations in matrix form. matrix form. This will be, when you want to write this simultaneous equations, it will take like this. We'll have 2, 3, then 5, 4 in the bracket. These ones, yeah? So into the letters that are attached to those ones, x, y, is equal to what? Is equal to 9, 6 in the bracket. You can say this. So for us to solve these simultaneous linear equations in matrix form, what we're going to do is, we will take this inverse and multiply both sides of the equation we have formed here. We are going to multiply, just understand, both sides of this equation by the inverse, okay, which you have got for your information. So you're going to say our inverse is what? Multiplying, inform them. Multiplying the inverse on both sides of the equation. On both sides of the equation. Okay? This is what you're going to do. We are going to say, be very keen here, multiplication matters here a lot. So we are multiplying. We will multiply this one by this one, again this one by this one. Okay, just understand. We are multiplying. So it will be 4, negative 3, negative 5, 2, this is the inverse. Be multiplied by these two. That is 2, 3, 5, 4. Then we have xy, just understand here, xy is equal to the inverse, which is 4, negative 3, negative 5, 2. Just understand this thing. Into this one, which is 9, 6. So when you come here, you know the multiplication concept of matrix. So it is this times this plus this times this. So let me help you. 4 times 2 plus negative 5. This is plus negative 5 times 3. Then space. Again 4 times 5. Sorry, 4 times 5. Start with this one. 4 times 5. Remember row by column. Just understand that. Plus negative 5 times 4. You are done with that. This times this plus this times this. Okay? Again, space now. This times this plus this times this. Just understand that. So let's start this one. It is this row versus this column. Negative 3 times positive 2. Negative 3 times positive 2 plus 2 times 3. 2 times 3. Then space. Again, negative 3 times 5 plus 2 times 4. 2 times 4. Okay? In bracket into xy is equal to, again, this times this. 4 times 9 plus negative 5 times 6. Again, come to this one. This row versus this column. Negative 3 times 9 plus 2 times 6. Okay? Then, coming to the final answer, let's calculate. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus negative 15, that's negative 7. 4 times 2 is 8 plus negative 15, negative 7. 4 times 5 is 20 minus, because we have negative 5 times positive 4. Positive 20 minus negative 20, it will be 0. This is negative 6 plus 6. This is also 0, because negative 3 times 2 is what? Negative 6 plus 6, 0. So if you don't get this to 0, then as you carry out your calculation, what you're doing is wrong. Please go back. If you don't get same value for this main diagonal and zeros for the other diagonal, then what you're doing is wrong. Go back and rectify your error. Just understand that. So this times this one, negative 15 plus 8 is negative 7. Can't you see? So we are getting 0 for this diagonal and the main diagonal the same value. Into xy is equal to, get for me this one, that's 6 plus negative 30. So that is 6 plus negative 30, that is positive 6. Just understand, positive 6. Negative 27 plus 12. Negative 27 plus 12 is negative 15. Negative 15, just understand that. Okay? Never fear, because you are using the right procedure, okay? And you will arrive the right answer, okay? You will get the correct answer for your information. Then from here you can say, coming to this side, this times this is equal to this one. So we'll have negative 7, x is equal to 6. To get the value of x, divide both sides by negative 7, cancel. So x is equal to negative 6 out of 7. Also, for you to get the value of y, you're going to say negative 7y. Negative 7 times y is equal to negative 15. Divide both sides by negative 7, cancel. So y is equal to, cancel this one. Y is equal to 15 out of 7. So this is how you're going to get such kind of questions in KCSE. It's a matter of getting the inverse and then multiplying the inverse, both sides of the equation, after forming a matrix equation from the simultaneous linear equation given. For your information, guys, until next time, God willing, we'll be stopping here. If you have problem with the mathematics, make sure you forward your problem. You call it by calling this number 0716014642. 0716014642, and we have a WhatsApp group for your information. Then we'll add you there in case you have a question. Then you leave your question in the WhatsApp group for your information. Meanwhile, take advantage of these live videos that will be very helpful to you and your family members as well. Okay, guys, in our next class we'll be discussing about more questions of 4 marks of matrix and a question of 10 marks, God willing. Otherwise, I wish you the best, and make sure you subscribe our this YouTube channel, and as well as share this information with your friends wherever they are. Wish you the best.